right, good morning, afternoon, and evening to our global community. I'm delighted to welcome you all to this webinar where we'll be discussing an exciting educational opportunity, the Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, offered by the University of London through Coursera. My name is Pedro, and I'm an enrollment counselor. Joining me today is Nisha and Ankit, fellow enrollment counselors, who will be monitoring the Q&A chat box for your questions. So, as the presentation goes, feel free to type your questions into the Q&A chat box. All right? Good. During this webinar, we'll be providing prospective students with information about the program, including a program overview, the program structure, a student testimonial, the admission requirements, the online learning experience, tuition fees, and finally, we will end off with a live Q&A session. We will be providing the information and addressing most of the questions during and at the end of the webinar. However, for specific questions or questions we won't be able to answer because of the time we have available, we will be providing Chili Piper links so you can schedule a call with me or my fellow enrollment counselor to discuss your interest in depth. So let's begin. It is important to highlight that in today's rapidly evolving world, computer science has become the backbone of innovation and technological advancement. From artificial intelligence to cybersecurity, software engineering to data science, the field of computer science offers endless possibilities and remarkable career prospects. And there is no better way to kickstart your journey in this field than through a reputable and globally recognized program like the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from the University of London. All right, so to give you a bit of background, the University of London has a long history of offering distance and flexible learning. Starting in 1858, students were able to pursue their degree from outside of London, spreading higher education across the globe. Over the years, they have become one of the largest and most diverse universities in the United Kingdom, with over 100 programs on more than 180 countries. The University of London is the administrative and degree awarding body, and they are comprised of 17 independent federation members, of which Goldsmiths is one of them. And so, Goldsmiths is the member institution for the on-campus program, and they have done a wonderful job designing the curriculum for this online program in partnership with Coursera. It is important to mention that you will be able to earn the same University of London degree as on-campus students. This means that this program should be regarded as any other Bachelor of Science in Computer Science degree. The university holds the same standards for this program as the expectations of the United Kingdom Computer Science degree. The program level and objectives are aligned with United Kingdom benchmarks. All right. The program goes through many different processes and content is reviewed by academic expert panels. In other words, the program has credits that are held to the same standards as those offered by campus-based United Kingdom institutions. Remember, feel free to put your questions into the Q&A box. Nisha and Ankit will be more than happy to provide you with additional information and answer to your questions. The program goes through different quality processes, as we discussed, and the faculty of Goldsmiths worked really hard to create a flexible, interactive learning environment where all of the programming is integrated in the Coursera platform, which we will get to see later on, and ensuring that the course material range from entry-level subjects to specialized topics. So whether you're coming out of high school, making a career change, or already working in the computer science field, this program is for you. It's a phenomenal program and university, and it's 100% online, which is amazing. So I'm really excited for everyone planning to join. You know, and I know it will be a great experience, and you will get to meet so many other like-minded individuals from all over the world. One of the key advantages of the Bachelor in Computer Science program is flexibility. It is specifically designed to accommodate the needs of working professionals, career changers, and those seeking to enhance their knowledge in computer science. With Coursera user-friendly platform, you can study at your own pace, fitting your coursework around your existing commitments. This flexibility allows you to strike the perfect balance between your personal and professional lifestyle while pursuing your educational aspirations. The program is 100% online and self-paced. It is self-paced in the meaning that you can choose when to dedicate the time to the progress of your degree. However, there is a program structure that will help you go through the content in an organized and coherent manner as it follows. So we are going to be able to find 2 academic semesters during the year with a 22-week duration. They run from October to March and April to September. Also, you can enroll on a minimum of 2 subjects per semester for a part-time semester, or up to 4 subjects per semester for a full-time semester. If you decide to go full-time for the whole program, you will be able to complete the program in 3 years only, which will be the shortest time to complete your degree unless you transfer credits from previous study experiences. The average time commitment in a full-time semester will be from 28 to 30 hours per week. And now, if you decide to study part-time with an average time commitment from 10 to 15 hours per week, you will complete the program in 6 years, which is the most extended duration for you to complete the program. Remember, flexibility is the key advantage for this program. So you can change the academic workload to your convenience, from full-time to part-time, or the other way around. Or you can decide to enroll not into 2 subjects or 4 subjects, but something in the middle, which will allow you to complete the degree in 4 or 5 years as well. Now, regarding the program structure, the curriculum was designed to give you a strong foundation in computer science and a specialized knowledge of topics such as data science, artificial intelligence, and web development. It covers industry and academic case studies to help you apply what you have learned in terms of real-world programs. All right? And throughout the program, you will create a portfolio of work and projects to present to employers. In the United Kingdom, a bachelor degree is typically 3 years, which is why you will see the program structured into 3 levels: level 4, level 5, and 6, as this follows the United Kingdom framework for higher education qualification. Each module is worth 15 credits, and the final project is worth 30 credits. So altogether, you will complete 360 credits to earn your Bachelor of Science in Computer Science degree. In this program, you will learn JavaScript, C++, Python, and C#. In level 4, you will complete 8 compulsory modules covering the fundamentals, including computer programming with a special project on web applications. This is what you will learn JavaScript and cover the client side of the web languages, such as HTML and C++ and CSS. My apologies. Progressing on to level 5, where you will complete another 8 compulsory modules covering programming skills, where you will learn to load JavaScript and build web server applications and data applications like SQL, right? Then you will move on to C++, which sets you up or physical computing and games development. You will tackle Python in the modules, programming data, and software design, which sets you up for artificial intelligence and machine learning. And do some work with C# as well, using Unity framework in the gaming modules. And lastly, in the level 6, you will complete 6 elective modules along with a final project that combines your knowledge and skills to create software systems in the line with your specialization. A student can choose one of 7 specializations to concentrate their studies on a particular area of computer science. The specializations or concentration are machine learning and artificial intelligence, data science, web and mobile development, physical computing and the Internet of Things, games development, virtual reality, and user experience. So everybody will be taking the same modules at the level 4 and 5. And then in the level 6 is where you are going to be differentiated. So you have time to change or register on a specialization up until you reach level 6 modules. If you choose to do the general route, which is an option as well, you have a bit more flexibility to choose your level 6 modules and what your final project is based on. In addition to the exceptional curriculum, another distinctive feature of the Bachelor in Computer Science program is the access to a global community of learners. Through collaborative forums and interactive discussion boards, you will have the opportunity to engage with fellow students from around the world. Fostering a vibrant learning environment, this community aspect of the program promotes knowledge sharing, networking, and exchange of ideas. Although there are no live lectures, no mandatory attendance, no schedules, there are live webinars hosted by the tutors. Tutors run live webinars at different times, twice a week. This is an awesome opportunity to go through coursework covered that week and receive guidance on assessments. They're super helpful. You will find that some live webinars tutors will share additional insights, and you will also get to interact with your classmates joining from all across the world. So I highly encourage you to attend them if you can't. If you're not able to attend, that's okay. The webinar are all recorded for you to watch at a later time. If you want to check in detail the program specifications along with the computer requirements, Nisha will be adding the link in the chat box for you to be able to download the program specification. So let's continue. And now this is really exciting. I'm more than happy to share with you a student testimonial. So I hope you enjoy it. It's short, but it's intense. I like it. Let's take a look.
When I was 14, I fell in love with video games. I looked online to see if I could find any courses that offered computer science or games development. I'm getting my bachelor's degree online from the University of London on Coursera. It was affordable, and just having that flexibility was really nice. There are so many things that you could be, and if you want to be it, you could be it on Coursera.
To earn your degree from a world-class university online, apply today at Coursera.org.
Perfect. Hope you like it. So now let's continue with the admission requirements. To start, there are 2 admission routes into the program. There is the standard entry route and the performance-based route. Given that applicants come from different countries, the university accepts qualifications from all over the world. So the best way to check if you meet the admission requirements is to go directly to the university website and select from their drop-down of countries of which you have completed your education in. To see what is acceptable, Nisha will be dropping as well the link to the university website in the chat for you to be able to check. To give you an example, the standard entry route, and if you have completed your education in the United States, you will need to meet one and only one of the following criteria: at least 30 college credits, including 6 credits in any math subject, plus your high school diploma, or an associate degree, including 6 credits in any math subject, or advanced placement exams, including calculus, passed at the 3, 4, or 5. If you meet one of those requirements, you will be eligible for the standard entry route. However, if you don't meet those requirements, you may still be eligible to apply through the performance-based route. The performance-based route is for applicants who do not meet the standard entry requirements. In order to be eligible for the performance-based route, you will need to meet one of the following requirements. Again, as an example, if you have completed your education in the United States, a high school diploma, or 12 college credits, or relevant work experience. If you meet one of those requirements, you will be eligible to apply for the performance-based route, and your application will be reviewed on an individual basis. If you're accepted through the performance-based route, you will need to pass both Introduction to Programming 1 and Computational or Discrete Mathematics with a weighted average of 40% or above in order to progress in the program. And to clarify, you will take these modules once the session begins. So these modules are part of the program. All the students take them. But just to note that you will be only able to study part-time until you have completed those modules, right? So let's continue. Let's take a look into now the online format. So what is going to be like the experience? The program is delivered on Coursera and it's online with no live attendance required. With being online, you really can study at your own schedule from the comfort of your own home or whatever along on whenever you have the time in the week. In terms of time commitment, you can expect to commit an average of 5 to 7 hours per week for one module, and it's up to you on how to manage that time. The 5 to 7 hours per week includes watching pre-recorded video lectures, completing quizzes, programming assignments, readings, and peer reviews. Aside from Coursera, you will also need to regularly check your student portal through the university. The student portal is a gateway to all of your additional learning resources, which includes your virtual learning environment. Here, you will find the most up-to-date information, including registration dates, exam dates, as well as wonderful resources to support your development, such as well-being material, career development exercises, and student support services. So to give you a better idea of that online format, let's take a look at the next slide. Here we go. So, all right, if you have taken any course on Coursera, this might look familiar to you. Always recommend to anyone considering a degree program online to try a course on the platform. It's a great opportunity to get a feel for the platform before committing long-term. University of London specifically offers great open content courses. So if you want to take a look, Nisha will be sharing the link in the chat below. So from here, your typical day will be logging into the Coursera, and you will notice that your coursework is broken down into weekly activities, week number 1, week number 2, and week number 3. And then when you click, for example, in each one of those weeks, you will receive an overview of what material will be covered, the learning outcomes, and see a breakdown of coursework you will need to complete, including pre-recorded videos, lecture, quizzes, reading, discussion prompts, and assignments. Now, notice how there are hard deadlines to complete assignments, midterms, and exams. But for any readings and pre-recorded video lectures, you can do this at your own time. And even on your mobile device, some students download the lectures and watch them offline. or you can study off transcripts instead of the video playback. It's up to you. It's really flexible. Something to highlight is that throughout each course, you will see discussion prompts as you move through the content. These are check-in points to encourage you to participate and interact with your peers program, right? In terms of assessments, your final grade for each module is based on a mixture of assessment weighted 50% and 50%, either by coursework such as programming assignment, quizzes, or a combination of coursework and a 2-hour exam. Depending on the module, not every module will have a written exam. The passing mark for any element of assessment is 40%. Generally, to pass a module, you will need at least 35% in each element of the assessment and a combined weighted average of at least 40%. Exams take place online and will be proctored. From September 2023, the exams will take place through Inspera, an online exam platform, and they will be timed assessments. Exams take place from Monday to Saturday and typically 2 hours, multiple choice and objective based, where you type your code into a text editor. Exams take place at the end of the term when you have finalized or finished your modules. So in September and March, and you are given 24 hours window to access your exams modules. And once you begin your attempt, you have the allotted 2 hours to complete the entire assessment. Instructions on your exams are specific to your module. Although you will be studying interactively online, you are not expected to learn on your own. To ensure your success, you will also have an academic, student, and career support to help you every step of the way. At every step of your learning journey, you will have access to a dedicated online support team who will be guiding you and advising you, helping you to fit your studies around your work and family commitments. And like I mentioned earlier, all the students receive tutor support and feedback. Tutors introduce modules, respond to questions in the tutor forum, peer discussions, and provide guidance on assessments. And now, for technical issues, you can speak with a support representative from Coursera using our live chat offered 24/7 via the Learning Help Center. Aside from that, the discussion forums provided space for you to interact with peers and teaching staff, shared resources, post questions about course material and assignments. You have also awesome opportunity to interact with your peers in a real time through Slack and join student groups through the university virtual learning environment. There is a huge community in this computer science program, so lots of opportunity to engage and network with your peers from all over the world. I know some students create study groups on Slack, and aside from the academic channels, there are tons of really fun channels to join where students discuss their computer setups, hackathons, personal programming projects, and even their pets. The students have even created online society and clubs. You will see there is a book club, recipe club, and even podcast, which is really great. For career support now, the university works closely with the careers group and university service to offer a range of fantastic online resources to maximize your student experience. Resources include live drop-in sessions with a senior career consultant and professional development, events like alumni panels. They also host great career webinars weekly throughout the year. So I highly encourage you to attend at least one of those. It's part of your tuition, so definitely take advantage of that. And now let's go into the tuition fees. Tuition fees are going to be based on where you reside and is paid per module. You pay as you go. There are different fees based on if you live in a band A or band B country or in the United Kingdom. If you don't know which country band you fall under, you can check on the university website. Nisha will be adding the link for country bands in the chat. So here in the screen, this is the range from band A to band B. This is the total cost of the program for all the 23 modules. If you live in a band A, the total cost is 12,000 with 654 British pounds, and each module is 400 with 90. If you live in the United Kingdom, the total cost is 17,000 with 110 British pounds, and each module is 667. And if you live in a band B country, the total cost is 18,000 with 840. And each module is 700 with 36. You can find details about your module fees here on the university website in the chat. Nisha will be providing the link as well. Tuition is paid twice a year and before the beginning of each term, typically mid-March and mid-September. You only have to pay for however many modules you decide to study in each term. Remember, a minimum of 2 modules and up to 4 modules per semester. So if you want to know the cost of a semester, just multiply the cost per module by the number of subjects you are going to be studying. You pay your tuition fees directly to the University of London through your student portal online, either by debit, credit, or bank transfer. Nisha will be dropping the link on the chat as well regarding how to pay your modules and scholarship options as well. Now, if you're interested in joining the October cohort, I thought it would be helpful to go through the application process now. So now applications are open right now. And to start your application, you can apply online through the University of London. If you are unsure as to which admission route you are eligible for, the university recommends that you apply through the standard entry route. And if you do not meet the standard entry requirements, your application will automatically be considered for performance-based admissions. Your goal should be to share as much evidence as you can to prove you meet the minimum requirements and share what your motivations on pursuing the degree. With this in mind, I'm going to break down a few of the application components to ensure you submit a strong and complete application. So to start, you will need to upload a scanned copy of your ID with your name and birth date. Typically, a birth certificate, a passport, or a driver license. You will then need to upload a scanned copy of all of your official academic transcripts and the certificates themselves. Also, there is an application fee of 60 British pounds. If English is not your first language, you may need to submit an English proficiency test score. As you move along, you will also come across a short essay questions, not too long, about 100 to 250 words. And the question is, why do you wish to study this program? The admission committee wants to get to know you and understand who you are. This is a perfect place to share with the University of London a few things. This is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and this is my reason for thinking about getting this degree. If you're stuck on this, ask yourself if there was ever a moment or a few moments in your career that made you say, I don't know how to do this regarding tech, or I need to know more about this, or you are consistently thinking, how can I find a career where I can work remote or get into tech or take my idea and build my own application? So here, you will have the opportunity to share your short-term or long-term goals and why you need a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science to achieve them. You don't need to know exactly what or where you want to be. If you do, that's great, mention it. But hopefully this helps gets you thinking about how you could share your study. If you have relevant work experience and you would like to be considered, you have the opportunity to upload your resume in your application or your CV. The admissions committee should be able to look at your resume and walk through your career and really understand who you are. Take some time to really tailor your resume for someone sitting on the admission committee rather than for your next job. What can be really helpful is to give them clear and accurate descriptions of what you're doing in your current role and share some specific achievements. And if you're working at a company that maybe you think someone on the admission department somewhere would not understand, feel free to put in italics what the company is, what it does, how it operates, things of that nature. And this will help strengthen your resume. If you completed any other relevant courses or certificates, like the ones on Coursera or at work, you can upload these documents as well. Altogether, the application should take about 30 minutes or so to complete. So, all right, let's say you have completed your application. I wanted to give you a peek behind the curtains of what happens when you submit your application to the University of London. Next slide, please. For those in the process of applying, the deadline to submit in September is 11. For those, the deadline to submit your application. So after you have submitted your application, you will receive a confirmation email that your application has been received by the admissions department and a notification of your student's reference number. Each application gets reviewed by the admissions committee or admissions department, and you will receive communication within 5 to 15 business days through email. And if you're missing any document, the university will reach out to you to request for further evidence. So keep an eye on that. Otherwise, you will receive a decision on whether you have been accepted through the standard entry route or the performance-based route. If you don't meet the admission requirements, the admission committee will advise you on any additional qualifications you may need in order to be eligible for the program. So after you have received your offer letter email, you will find information regarding how to log into your student portal with a new username and password to register for modules and access your orientation course. Let's continue, please. So once you receive an offer letter into the program, you will need to register and pay for the modules by September the 25th. When you are ready, you will log into your student portal using the login details the university emails to you. You should receive 2 separate emails containing your username and password. If you haven't received your login credentials yet, I recommend checking your spam folder before submitting an inquiry to have your login details resent. Now, once you log into your student portal, you can access the registration task and you will be able to see which modules are offered in this session and register accordingly. You can study up to 4 new modules per session. It is strongly recommended you take Introduction to Programming 1 and Computational Mathematics as a starting point. Throughout the program, you can always reach out to your dedicated online student support team for course advising and support. And after you have registered and paid for your modules, you will receive an email invite to your university email address within 48 hours to link your Coursera account with the degree program as well. There you will see an orientation course you will need to complete before the classes begin. The orientation course covers everything you need to get started into the program and how to make the best use of your studies, step by step. It will go over program policies, how to navigate Coursera, communication channels to seek help, and how to connect with peers. You should allot 3 to 4 hours to complete the course, and you will need to pass all the quizzes with at least 80% to receive access to your modules when the teaching session begins on October the 9th. And on October the 9th, classes begin. You will then have access to all of your study materials except for any midterms, assignments, and final exams, which may be locked for a certain date and time. Let's continue. After we have successfully completed the program, you will receive your degree awarded by the University of London under the academic direction of Goldsmiths, and it will state but that you have been awarded with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Now, before we get to the live Q&A session to answer most common questions, let me tell you that there's no indication on your degree certificate and official documents that it was completed online or through Coursera. And you will receive a physical copy of your degree certificate in the mail along with your transcripts. And finally, you will be invited to celebrate your success in London at your graduation ceremony with fellow graduates from all across the world. And now let's go into the live Q&A session. We are going to be providing a Chili Piper link and a QR code. So if we are not going to be able to answer your question due to the time available we have, or there are really specific questions that we need to double check, so please feel free to schedule an appointment with one of our fellow colleagues, all right? So feel free to put your questions into the chat box. We will provide a couple of few seconds for you to be able to submit your questions. Nisha and Anki will be providing answer, and as well, I will be taking some of the questions, all right? Let's go for these questions. Are the mocks or the open courses directly applicable to the course we are doing? They will provide you with some notions and useful information regarding computer science. However, you won't be able to transfer some credits towards the program. There are some certificates on Coursera that will help you to transfer credit. For example, the Google IT support, the IBM data science, the IBM artificial intelligence. If you want to know this in detail, please scan the QR code and schedule an appointment. But yes, to answer your question, those won't transfer credits into the bachelor degree in computer science. We do have another question, interesting question, quite common. I have completed my higher secondary certificate exam in 2017. I didn't continue my study after that. Will I be able to continue my study here for undergraduate degree? Most likely, yes. Remember, there are two admission routes that it will depend as well from which country you are coming, but essentially, this is the minimum requirement to have completed your high school. The admission department will assess if you have some good mathematics proficiency. You could be considered for a performance-based route. Remember, different countries have different requirements, but most likely you could be accepted for a performance base, but that has to be defined by the admission department after they have the chance to assess all of your academic evidence and all that is required for an application, all right? So it doesn't matter if you complete high school a long time ago, right? You haven't continued studying, that's completely fine. You can start your career. Here we have another interesting question. Are there any semester breaks, or because being online and self-paced, there are no breaks on holidays? Essentially, you're going to be studying all year round. Remember, there are 2 academic semesters during the year. The October to March and April to September. So no breaks, but you have the chance to study at your own pace. Do we have a question? We have an interesting question regarding the tuition fees. The program fees of 12,000 to 18,000 is for 3 6 years or for 1 year. Those that range of tuition fees are for the whole program, So yes, it's for the whole program, not just 1 year, for the whole program. It will depends the 12,000 or the 1800s if you come from a band A country or band B country. But yes, those are values for the whole bachelor degree, either if you complete it in 3 or 6 years. This is another good question. I graduated from high school 10 years ago. Currently, I work as a junior software engineer for 2 years. Does it help to register for the committee? Definitely yes. Remember, we have 2 admission routes. Relevant working experience could help to strengthen your application. So work on your resume. But yes, remember, it doesn't quite matters if you have graduated from high school a long time ago. This is a really good program for students that are looking for a career change. They weren't able to join university or a bachelor degree after they finish high school. So the answer is yes, it's completely possible. The admission department will be assessing your documents and they will be providing an answer from 2 to 3 weeks stops after you complete your application. They're good questions. So how much personal support can we receive? Remember, the tutors are going to be introducing the modules and they're going to be providing twice a week live webinars for you to be able to receive additional academic support. There's also a dedicated student support team that you can reach out to for course advising, even for private matters. Also, there are the discussion forums, which is a good place for you to be able to post questions, discuss the course material, and yes, ask in-depth questions. So you are going to be fully supported. Yes. This is a good question as well. In addition to my work experience, I'm currently in the final weeks of completing Google IT support certificate, which has provided me with comprehensive knowledge and skills in the IT field. Will it be possible to submit my certificate as an additional document to support my application? 100% yes, it is completely possible. Any additional study experiences beyond the admission requirements, or even if there are no the standard entry requirements, could help to strengthen your application and to express your motivations and interest for this group. Specifically, there's a couple of certificates on Coursera that could work towards your bachelor degree. So feel free to schedule an appointment for get further information, not only how this will strengthen your application, but also you can transfer some credits from professional certificates on Coursera. There are some really specific certificates, but yes, Google IT is one of them. Google IT support. So yes, that was definitely. Another question. I submitted my application, but I don't see a way to pay the application fee. What should I do? So yes, remember applications opened yesterday, and usually processing times for application are for 2 to 3 weeks. So you should be receiving an outcome from your application, your offer letter with any further steps for you to be able to continue your registration process. Remember, you pay as you go and depending on how many modules you are going to be enrolling, and of course, the admission path you have been granted. Standard, you can go full-time, you pay 4 modules, or performance-based, you can enroll up to 2 subjects and you are going to be paying for a part-time semester for 2 semesters. So yeah, at the moment you have to wait for an outcome for your application, and then we will guide you. Feel free to make an appointment with some of our enrollment counselors, and we'll be more than happy to provide you support during the whole application process. So even if you do not have any questions, but you would like us to be attentive to anything you could need to do some follow-up to help you escalate or to accompany you during the whole application process, please schedule an appointment, register your interest, and we will be reaching out to you just to check on you regularly and to provide you assistance during the application process, the decision-making process. If you need much more information, want to discuss something particularly for your situation, or you just want someone to be there for you to provide support. All right, so feel free to scan the QR code. We still have some time. This is another good question. Can we choose more than one specializations? Unfortunately, no, but you can check the general route, so you will have the chance to take elective subjects for different specializations, but you're not going to be able to choose more than one specialization. Essentially, how this works is that you take some elective subjects from that specialization, and you can take one elective subject from any of the other specialization and your final project. All right. So if you want to take more than one subject of the other specialization, I would recommend you go for the general route. So you can take as many elective from the other 6 in total, right? From the other specializations, but you won't be getting like a concentration or an specialization per se. Another good question. Do we have to apply from the country our high school diploma is from? For example, if I have a diploma from the United States, but I'm applying from another country. So the answer, it doesn't matter. You can apply from anywhere in the world. The admission department will assess your academic transcripts and qualifications according to where they are from, but you can apply from anywhere in the world. Only thing to have in mind is that you are going to be charge or tuition fees will apply to you according to where you are located and where you are applying from. All right, despite of your nationality or your citizenship, you are going to be charging with tuition fees according to your current location. If you change your location, please keep updated the University of London so they can also accommodate the tuition fees accordingly. Remember, to your location. I'm a senior undergraduate student of physics living in the Istanbul, Turkey. Can I apply to the program? Yes, definitely. Remember, this is a really good program for someone that is looking for a career change, or they want to complement their current knowledge with computer science skills and knowledge. So yes, this program is for anyone who wants to do a career change. They want to start their career. They need the credential. They have been gaining, for example, empirical knowledge, and now they want to get the credential to be able to access further and better opportunities into the computer science world. So yes, it is completely possible. It is quite common, looking at career change. So yes, that's a completely yes. You can apply for the program. Only thing you do have in mind is to have your high school transcript and documents accessible to provide it to the admission department. Are the application materials required to be notarized? Not necessarily, but they do have to be official transcripts. Good question. If I have a master's degree from the United Kingdom, do I still need to prove English language? No. The answer, there are some options to waive the English requirement. So if, for example, you have been working in an organization where English is the first language and you have been working there for at least 18 months, you have the opportunity to waive the English proficiency test. Also, if you have a qualification from a country or a qualification that was imparted in English, and that qualification is within the 5 recent years, you also have the chance to waive the English proficiency test. Another good question. What about the performance based in Brazil, and where can I do the exams? Remember, you don't need to take additional examinations or exams or additional subjects. Essentially, the admissions department will be assessing your current evidence, academic evidence, and all that is be required for the admission process. And if they consider you're a good candidate, they will be providing you admission to the performance-based route. And remember, the performance-based route means that you are going to be conditionally accepted into the program. And the condition is that you have to take 2 specific subjects from the degree on your first term. And those have to be Introduction to Programming 1, computational or discrete mathematics. So remember, those are part of the bachelor degree already. So you take those 2 subjects from the program, and if you pass those, you are going to be able to continue with the rest of the program. But the performance based to be able to be considered is to be able to comply with the minimum requirement, that is your high school mostly. But remember, different countries have different requirements. But yes, essentially high school. If you have some further study experiences, that will help, or relevant work experience. All right. Remember, those subjects from the performance base are just part of the content of the degree itself. Very good question. If is a full associate degree from Canada transferable to this program, do I have to do less courses if my credits are successfully transferred? There is a recognition of prior learning process available if the previously completed subjects or credits are relevant and will match the outcomes of the subjects of the Bachelor in Computer Science. The admission department will accept those and transfer credits, and you are going to be exempted from core modules from the program. So yes, essentially, if the content will match and the learning outcome will match, you could be exempted from 1 core module for each one of those. You can transfer into this program, and you are going to be taking less core modules, and you will have to pay like a reduced fee as well, because remember, you pay according to the number of modules you enroll. So you are going to be taking less courses in total, right? It is possible, but remember, it will depend if the previous studies are relevant to this bachelor degree. There is no additional cost for you to request the recognition of prior learning, but keep in mind that after you receive your offer letter, it will indicate how many credits or how many core modules you will be exempted for, and you will have to pay something between 70 to 80 US dollars. This is an estimate. Remember, base tuition fees are in British pounds. But for each one of the core modules you are going to be exempted for, you can request the recognition of prior learning during the application process or after you have been accepted into the program. So yes, feel free to request the recognition of prior learning for the admission department to assess your profile and confirm how many you can transfer. Please, we have some really good questions, but unfortunately, due to the time we have available, probably we won't be able to answer all of those. But please, Nisha will be sharing with you the Chili Piper link for you to be able to book an appointment, so we can have a personalized and a more detailed session with each one of you that are going to be registered. So feel free to do it. So, all right, don't feel bad, please, for if we weren't able to answer your questions. We are going to be there for you. So please scan the QR code and we are going to be there. And also Nisha shared the link on the chat box, right? Good. Now, so I think we have covered all the most relevant information. Before we wrap up, I encourage you to connect with an enrollment counselor. Once again, we're happy to help answer your questions you may have. Anything you will want to know about the program and University of London, we are here to help. We'll send you the recording of this webinar in a follow-up email, and you can schedule an appointment there or click on the meeting link in the chat log that Nisha provided a few moments ago. Once again, thank you everyone for attending the webinar all the way to the end. Have a great day and thank you again. Bye-bye. Until next opportunity.